Hey guys, it's Bex here from The Helpful Hustle. I hope you're doing really well. I just wanted to jump on and tell you another top 5 tips to help your small business. Now, today I'm talking about leadership, which for a small business, you might go, well, I've only got to lead myself. Yes, I understand that, but in the future, you're hoping to scale up your business, be a bigger business, employ more people. These are really great principles to put in right from the very start of your business to make sure that you succeed in the right way. So we're going to go through those top 5 tips right now. If you enjoy this video, then please do give us a like and a comment. The more likes and comments and engagement that we get, the more people get to see this and learn from this video as well. So if you do like it, please do help get it seen more. Okay. Let's kick off. Number 1 on my list is strong vision. Every great leader, whether in a small company, as an entrepreneur with a big idea, or someone who is already joining a company and having to take it on, will need to have their own clear vision. And that doesn't stop anyone, no matter what size of business you're in. So what I would suggest is that you have a short and a long-term vision. Where do you see the business in the next few weeks, few months, the next year, the next 5 years? Maybe you have an exit strategy, maybe you don't. It doesn't matter. But as long as you know where you're going, at least for the next year or so, you can start planning ahead really clearly. What you also can do is you can communicate those goals to your team. Now, I'm going to constantly talk about communication in this video because it is so important. Now, when you're communicating things, it's not just to your team that you might be doing it. Your vision, your goals might be to prospective clients. It might be to new suppliers that you need to kind of have on for the long term. Having a clear vision, knowing where you're going to take every single cog in the wheel of, your entire business is going to be really vital to you. Now, this kind of leads on nicely to my next point, which is having clear goals as a good leader. Those goals are what you're going to make are how you're going to make that vision achievable in the long run. So those goals need to be set out and again, communicated to your team, or at least upheld by you if you're working on your own within the short, medium, and long term. So what do I mean by that? Your daily goals, your weekly goals, your monthly goals. What targets do you need to keep hitting or smashing, in fact? What targets do you need to keep smashing through in order to get to a successful point for your business? Have a think about those and then communicate them clearly and keep reminding your team of why it's so important to achieve those goals, because it really is. Now, number 3 is listening and communicating really well. This is so important, and if you learn this from day 1 of your business, again, no matter whether or not you're working on your own or you're working as part of a small team, or if you're working as part of a larger team, communication and listening come hand in hand and are just as important as each other. So listening, if your team has any concerns, if your suppliers have any concerns, if your clients have any concerns, don't take it personally. Don't take offense from it. Just listen to what they have to say, learn from it, and create some usable and workable next steps in order to achieve a solution to it. Super important. And communicating, as I've been mentioning in my previous 2 steps, couldn't be more important as it is on day 1 to day 101, okay? Communication is key. You will get better receptiveness from your team, from your clients, from your suppliers, as long as you communicate things really well. Okay, so that is point number 3 on my list. Point number 4 is to encourage and expect the best. Now, your team is always going to want to work hard for you if you're giving them the right environment to do it. So if they're doing something really well, make sure you acknowledge that and you tell them that. If they are, keeping up to the expectations that you're setting or going above and beyond, brilliant, that's amazing. But if they're not, you have to keep clearly explaining to them what you expect from them so that there is no kind of grey area when it comes to working out what is right and what is wrong in terms of how you want your business to be run. So encourage them, absolutely nurture your team as much as possible, but tell them what you expect from them. Show them what you think the best is, and be reasonable when it comes to that, because I think that's really important as well. Some leaders sometimes aren't very reasonable with their expectations. Maybe you work super fast and you don't take into appreciation the fact that not everyone works at that speed, but actually they'll get there and they'll do a really good job in their own timeframes. You need to encourage what people can do really well and how they do it, and acknowledge that and put that into your planning as well. Right. Linked again, 2.4 is actually my final point, which is number 5, which is recognition where it's due. I think as someone who's working on their own, a lot of the time people forget to give yourself a pat on the back because you've done a good job. That's fine if you're kind of working for yourself and you're thinking, oh, there's always a new goal, there's always something next to do. Well, the thing is that when you've got a team, you need to keep them motivated. And the way to do that is to reward them when they've done something really well. I'm not saying a pay rise or anything like that. It might just be donuts at the end of a working week because they've all worked really hard. It might just be that at the end of 6 months you can take them for a fun night away, you know, just to celebrate, let your hair down, have a great dinner together, something like that. It really does mean so much to all of your employees when you do something like that, and they'll really respect you for it and see that you're a really good leader that actually cares. Now, I wouldn't take it away from doing it for yourself as well. It's all part of your goal setting. If you know that you're going to achieve a certain point in, you know, in your schedule and, you know, in your targets, and you do that, you should reward yourself whether you're a one-man band or you've got 100 employees. It's really important to do that and to recognize all of the hard work that you're doing. So, in order to be a great leader, there are obviously loads more qualities, but I think the really important things are these. Make sure that you have a strong vision and that you can communicate that really clearly to everyone that is involved within your business. Create clear goals for yourself that are achievable on a short and long-term basis. Listen and communicate really well to your team members, your suppliers, your clients, anyone that's involved in your business. Make sure you have the empathy and compassion to listen to any concerns and to make sure that you communicate solutions to them really, really well as well. Encourage and expect the best is my point number 4 on this. Okay, so your team will grow with you. They will be wanting to be encouraged along the way, but you'll also want to set standards for which they need to follow and to adhere to in order to make sure that your business is a success as well. And finally, my 5th point is recognition where recognition is due. I can't tell you how important it is to be able to do this, because it is so important. Being able to recognize good work keeps motivation high, keeps your team really encouraged about the work that you're doing, and makes you all want to work towards a much clearer, bigger goal for all of you. So whether or not you are a one-man band, you are a small, tiny business with only 3 people in it, or you are a big business with 100 people plus in your company, all of those principles will apply throughout your entire career. Okay, so I hope that's been really useful for you. I hope you've enjoyed watching this. Yet again, if you liked it, please give it a like, please give it a comment as well. Helps with all of the engagement to getting these videos seen to more and more people. And also, if you want to find out more and get some more free tools, you can find us on helpfulhustle.com, our website, and also check us out on social media at Helpful Hustle as well. But for now, I've been Bex. Hope you've enjoyed this. There'll be lots more top 5 videos to come, so stay tuned.